Recent survey results have shown that 2 in 10 adults in the United States and the United Kingdom suffer with loneliness. Now, the reason I quickly threw this into Google was for a few reasons. It's to let you know that lonely is a feeling, not a circumstance. This is important to recognize because although we may feel that we lack company, I just want to part that idea just for a moment because I get it. Sometimes we can even be in a room full of people and still feel alone. So how do we solve it? How do we solve loneliness? Well, the first thing I would recommend, especially if you're based in the UK, is to try and talk about your feelings to people that you can trust or professionals. And here I've just put a few details for the Samaritans, and I'd recommend if anyone is feeling overwhelmed with loneliness, feeling sad or depressed, then please do reach out. But I want to give you some tips. I want to give you some tips to move forward. And the first one is to get around people. Now this sounds pretty simple, right? But just being around people in environments where people are, whether that's the park, the coffee shop, instantly seeing humans, having that connection, whether it's just ordering your cup of coffee or just saying excuse me and please, that massively helps. It massively helps to make you realize that you are not alone in this world. The next one is to join a group or a class and make sure it's on something that you enjoy. Otherwise, it's not really going to be sustainable. Now, this could be anything such as joining an art class, for example, or maybe even joining some sort of fitness regime. I promise you that will help. Now, the third point is actually something that you're probably thinking is a little bit counterintuitive, but it's really important. And this is to get used to being alone. You see, there is a huge difference in being alone and actually feeling lonely. Again, that word feeling keeps coming into this. We have to recognize that time alone is actually vital. And if you're struggling at being alone, then maybe you need to look a little bit deeper and try and understand why. You need to make sure that you're not confusing being alone with depression, failure, unworthiness. We all need to be alone. And you also need to recognize that spending quality time actually allows you a chance to focus on refilling your own cup with the self-love that you need. And also, it'll give you a time for great reflection, rest, and restoration. So the fourth point, moving on very swiftly, is to get out your comfort zone. Now, if you've listened to any of the Find Your Voice episodes, this is a key one for me. We need to move out of our comfort zones. We need to stretch ourselves because that is where the growth is. You see, it's easy to get accustomed to a certain feeling, especially when it makes us feel comfortable, but we do not need to settle for that, especially if it doesn't serve us. You see, there is a high chance that those of us who struggle with loneliness may have just developed underlying patterns within our lifestyle. Now, just a very quick reminder, if you are new to this channel, please do hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the thumbs up and drop a comment down below if you've ever experienced loneliness or if you have any more tips. The next tip is comparing yourself with others. Now, I speak about comparison a lot because it's a killer. It's a silent killer of your dreams, of your happiness, of your levels of fulfillment, and it can affect your life incredibly. And we've all heard the wonderful quote, comparison is the thief of joy. You see, when we feel lonely in life, it affects our self-esteem and confidence. We tend to sometimes maybe overthink, what do we actually have to offer people in order for them to spend time with us? We start to doubt ourselves. And if you ever catch yourself comparing yourself with other people who seem to not be lonely, who seem to have a lot of friends and family around them, then please do stop. Please stop now. Maybe take yourself away from social media and start to look at all your own fabulous qualities and relaying that back to yourself every single day. Who you are and what you stand for and all of the things that you can help other people with, share with other people and offer. That's really, really important. And again, it's also important to ensure that your network of people around you, your friends, your family, are people like you, who are genuine and who are there to build you up. So that is just a very short video that I really wanted to stress, especially in these times of not just coming out of isolation or having been in isolation, but generally, even post this pandemic, loneliness is one of the biggest killers in the world. So as we close this video, a huge thank you to our sponsors, Health Excel. Please do check them out. The link is down below in the description, where you're going to be getting some of the greatest superfood blends that you've ever seen or ever heard of. And also a hell of a lot of health and fitness tips and tricks to move you forward for absolutely free. So until next time, thanks for listening.